for another episode of the Ultra Crude Podcast. That's the sound of Fresco, which means it's Monday afternoon in the studio, and I'm John, sitting here with Becca Jones, coming at you. Well, we're doing this, but you guys are going to see it later. It's not a live show.
No.
Not a live show.
No.
But it's the Ultra Crude Podcast.
Hot and fresh out the kitchen.
Hot and fresh out the kitchen.
Everybody, every man in here wishing, sipping on coke and rum.
I'm like, so what I'm drunk. It's the freaking weekend, baby, about to have me some fun.
Yep. We got the Crystal
Stretch Navigator.
Okay, I don't think anyone wants to.
All right. If you'd like to hear more 2000s rap anthems, follow along as we talk about ultra running life and everything in between. Anyway, race directors and stuff. I'm going to take a sip of Fresco.
Yeah, get it, babe. Looks delicious.
Oh, it's the most refreshing beverage there is. And, it's hot here in the mid-state. Darn hot.
Oh, it's quite hot.
It's what I call show enough hot.
No doubt.
But it's better than snow and ice, and so I don't really care.
Yeah, I mean,
so much.
I'm not going to complain about it too much, but yeah.
I have taken to wearing short pants the past couple of days around the farm, so there's that.
Yeah. Showing off them games.
Hey, I got runner's legs.
You do.
Because I run on them, and I'm a runner, and that's all you need to have runner's legs. You just run on your legs. It's not that complicated. We're not gatekeeping legs.
Certainly not.
Anyway, it's been a week. I feel like it's been forever. And there was like the midpoint last week. It was like Wednesday. We looked at each other and went, how is it just Wednesday?
Oh, I was literally like, what the fuck day is it? And that's pretty much the state I've lived in. I mean, since Daddy had surgery and everything going on and all the other stuff coming up. And, I think I definitely took a couple days to do a little Becca piddling, and we got some other stuff coming up.
Oh, you did some piddling.
I hate some caving.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Spelunking. Not real caving.
Spelunking? Caving? What's going on? Tell us more.
Well, we don't have to jump right into it.
No, we're getting into it. Dive in.
I mean, that's kind of what happened in that nasty water.
What happened?
How about you set us up?
Well, how much more do you want me to set it up with going, hey, what happened? All right, listen, I'll go ahead and tell the story of the cave that I've never been in, and I'm not going to ever go in. No, I'm not. Absolutely not. First of all, I don't like crawling. I don't remember when I learned to walk, but I'm guessing it was over 40 years ago. And that's it. That's kind of, crawling came to an end for me at that point. I learned to walk. I said, you know what? I'm done with crawling. I'm good. I like going in caves. I like walking in a cave. Now, on your birthday, we did some cave crouching. I don't know how this became a cave-oriented show, but here we are. We're talking about caves a lot for some reason. It's supposed to be about ultra running. All that to say is that the Jones family farm has existed in the Jones family for, 280 years or some nonsense. It's a long time ago. They settled the valley. And a long time ago, in this part of the country, and part of many countries, there wasn't a thing called refrigeration or electricity. And people have been living there since before those things existed. And what you had to do to keep milk and cheese and dairy products and anything you wanted to keep cold is you kept it in like a cave or like a milk cellar or something. Anyway, so there is this milk cave, as it's been affectionately and appropriately named, on the farm. It's just over the creek, and the lore that I've heard. There's a milk cave down there. Oh, okay. That's fantastic. Well, anyway, it was an essential part of living back in the day, up until, I have no idea, probably at some point.
I think they kind of had refrigeration when my dad was like younger. So it wasn't
when your dad was younger. Like, we're talking
Dad was like 76.
50s. Like, this was after the war.
Yeah, and they used to lay the milk cans in the spring that was in the cave.
It cool. Yeah, it's the whole thing.
Water would run over it.
Miss Jones, ever the adventurer, always looking for a reason to piddle, and in constant need of distraction from what needs done, decided that she would take a day and figure out how to get into this milk cave. She would find it on the creek bank.
It is.
She'd been knowing where it is on the creek bank, and she would clear away the area, and she would shimmy herself in there.
Yeah.
Not that we have anything else going on.
Where's the thing? I've always known where it is. I've peeked my head in a few times over the years.
And
but
you picked this week of all weeks.
listen, I don't need
I'm
your
listening.
judgment.
Hey, everybody's listening.
You can.
No one's judging. We're just
You
clarifying the facts.
Anyways, I hear it in your tone. I don't need that shit in my life. So I've stuck my head in multiple times over the years, but have not ventured in. You know why? Because that shit's dangerous. And because I was raised to go, you don't go fuck assing around where you don't know where shit is or what's going on. I was very much raised with that amount of sense.
And yet here we are, where you've apparently just
now we have
foregone all of the raising that your parents instilled upon you. I'm going to go mess around in this cave.
Well, here's the thing. I've done some mess around in cave before now. But anyway, but only like 2 other times. No, maybe 3.
Twice, and one of them with a group of as professional cavers as you can get.
Yeah.
This in and of itself, these 2 excursions into cavery have emboldened you and given you as much confidence as you could possibly need to go, I have no idea where this cave goes. I have no idea what it's like in there. But how bad can it be? I'm going to shimmy on in. Now, let me just look into it. Listen, people, she cleared out the cave entrance. She got a bright headlamp. The question is, did you go head first into the cave?
No. No, because that's fucking scary. Because I didn't want my face. So here's the thing. Within
all of the bright headlights. Listen, her argument is we didn't have a good enough headlamp back in the day.
Yeah, we did.
So now she's got the brightest headlamps you can get.
I got the halogen light. I shot it in there and saw that it went way back over the water.
When you're shining the light in there and you're backing up into the cave, is the light doing you any good?
I don't need the light. Listen, I fucking hate small spaces, and I am claustrophobic, and it freaks me out. Now, here's the thing. The first time I ever went into a cave with Aaliyah and the professional cavers, we had to, crouch down. We went into, a crawl, had to attach a bag to your ankle and pull it. No. Or you had to push it on through. Yeah, I mean, I was going to be a little bitch, and I kept my mouth shut, and I was good the entire time. I was solid. I got into this zone of
okay,
I'm locked in. Okay. Yeah, every time something uncomfortable came, I went, okay.
That's your tell. For anybody out there that sees Becca in a situation where she's uncomfortable, she'll just start saying, okay, all right, okay.
That's quite accurate.
That is what she's going to do.
So that's what I did for 8 hours.
Near-death experiences. Becca goes, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you got in there. You got in this cave. Was it a dry cave? Was it a tall cave?
No. So it's a very small cave. And definitely ceiling-wise, it's small. So you go.
What is the ceiling height of this cave?
I don't know. Maybe 3 feet max. But I mean, it's higher, but there's problems.
What's the problem?
So you go in. And you're on dry land when you shimmy yourself in, but then you come to water. Well, this water is quite not so watery. It's
not watery water.
It's muddy, murky, gross water.
You know how I know that?
From the videos?
No, or from the boots you left in the back of my car.
I got my clothes and stuff out. I totally forgot the boots. Yeah. So no need to attack me.
I'm not attacking. I'm just clarifying. I'm adding a little bit of color for those following along.
They made the car smell quite interesting.
It was the most wretched smell I've ever had in a vehicle. And here's it's just the intrinsic, the very interesting about this. It's because when I first got in the car, there was just this brief moment, this brief whiff of that new car smell. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It was like, what? Instant gag.
It's gross.
It was,
yeah. No, it's pretty gross. So, a little tidbit. Now that the cave has not been needed to be used for refrigerating dairy.
Nobody's storing milk in it.
Yeah. Over the years, the entrance has kind of washed in, gravel's washed in, and some big rocks weighing about 200 or 300 pounds kind of push themselves up against it. Motherfucker, I will let you pick them things up. I'm telling you.
I don't know that there's any cause to be MFing me just 10 minutes into this podcast.
Your face.
You're throwing MFers at me, your beloved.
Make your face better.
Go on.
So I had to get the rocks out of the way because the rocks were kind of restricting the flow of water. Long story short, the flood water, because it's right along the creek, comes in and basically cleans out the cave. But over the years, since the cave had not been used and cleaned out, the flood water would just slowly pour in because of or not with as much force. I'm not going to say slowly. It was probably quite quick, but with the way the rocks were positioned. So then with the other, it's not an entrance, but it's definitely an exit for water. You can't get in and out it, but you can shine a light and see now that it's clear out. But you could, anyways, there's 2 spots that air can enter. How about that? And water. Anyways, so those got clogged up. So when it flooded, the water would just come into the cave and then kind of swirl. And there was no force behind it to actually...
Swirlies?
Yeah, there was no force to get the water moving out and to keep the cave clear. Mm-hmm. So over time, sediment and stuff is formed. And it created a false floor, which I'm going to tell you, was real fucking false and real fucking deep.
How did you find that out, my dear?
Well, we got in.
Who's we?
Me and Aaliyah.
Okay, Aaliyah.
And then Allie.
So we called in a professional.
Yes, Aaliyah does professional caving.
And she just shimmied on in there.
Yes, she did.
She was really excited.
Yes.
She was all for it. Did she go in backwards?
No.
Okay, just check. So you get in there, go back. We figure out listen, I'm not a part of this at all. Figure out how big the cave is. It's big enough to be officially registered as a cave.
Yes, it's got 60 foot of passage that you can currently access.
Maybe some more passage going on there.
In the state of Tennessee, you need at least 50 feet. Other states like Georgia are 30 feet. It all varies from state. Just saying.
Tennessee's kind of an elitist cave state then. They're like, hey, you want to be a cave in Tennessee, you gotta bring it.
Yeah.
You gotta bring your A game.
I was actually really excited that we had enough passage.
That's a fun
because
thing.
We get to register with the Tennessee Cave Registry, and we get to put in a name and
what
a
are we
story
gonna name
and
the
everything.
cave?
It'll probably be Allison Cave.
That's a little
because I'm.
You're just gonna name the cave after yourself?
Well, I'm Allison. Allie's Allison. My dad is Allison.
All right.
His mom's maiden name was Allison.
Boom! How could you not name it the Allison Cave?
Yeah. So,
with that sort of legacy and history, the heritage that it has for the Allisons involved.
Well, we were the Allison.
Half of those Allisons have used the cave for its intended purpose. The other half of the Allisons shimmied on in there to rediscover it once again.
The brand and everything used to be labeled AMA, which was America's Allison Mayberry.
Boom. There we go. And so you've mentioned this false floor. Now, was it you that sunk through the false floor? Listen, the false floor is a ponding of water, if I'm correct, that has a mud bottom. Mm-hmm. And who discovered that the mud bottom wasn't really the bottom?
Aaliyah did. So she went on the left side of the cave, and she had shimmied on back. She crawled. She did some measuring stuff. Figured out like there's probably enough passage. Anyway, she was coming back to me, and she broke through that false floor on the left side where we believe there's more passage. She went all the way. The mud went up to her waist, and then she ended up in water like waist or chest high. And there was water underneath her. She never touched bottom, and she went up to
Here's
chest.
the thing, because I saw that on video. I understand this is a podcast, and people haven't seen the video. But the video of Aaliyah breaking through the mud and instantly floating, she doesn't even go, like there's no gas. There's no expression change in her face. Like she didn't like think for a minute in the back of her eyes. Like she just dip, 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 dip. And like that was it. Like had she not told you
I would never
that she was floating in a freaking cave, she didn't have a life jacket.
No.
She didn't have a helmet. But a helmet ain't going to help you float.
She did have a helmet.
Yeah, well, hey, listen, if you're going to go caving, you got to wear a helmet. But I got to be honest, going to this cave, I want a life jacket. Maybe a floaty. Those little arm floaties.
So after you get over the false floor, and it was impressive. And I'm going to tell you, so
hard no. She didn't say okay even.
No, I was so flustered.
Oh,
So
gosh.
I was so
I'm
flustered.
well aware of how flustered you were.
Between the mud and the water, and after I saw that, I was like, oh, no way, no way, no way, no way, no way, no way.
Mm.
And I'm like, maybe the right side's better, which turns out right side's better. But so I had backed back out, took my helmet off, did a few things.
You backed into and backed out of the cave?
Well, I hadn't come all the way in yet. I put my feet in and I was recording.
Forward ain't working for you real well with this cave situation.
No, it gets better.
And put a beeper on you. Beep, beep. Becca's coming out of the cave.
So, in my frustration, I was not even paying attention when I put my helmet back on, and I put it on backwards.
Well, there you go. If you're going in the cave backwards, you got to have the helmet and the light facing the direction you're going.
I just picked it up and threw it on and clipped it.
You were smart enough to have reverse lights on that thing. That sounds like it to me.
And so, like, I get in, after I backed in, swung around. I think I ended up crawling in that time. I might have. I don't know. Yeah, I think I did. There's video. I'm not sure. There were a couple attempts. That's all I'm saying. I'm not sure which one was successful. But I couldn't figure out why it wasn't brighter. And then she's like, oh my God, you got to turn it around. I was like, oh shit.
It's like putting your shoes on backwards.
It was like my panicky state on top of I was like, I'm going to do this. And I had gone in the day before, but just inside the door. I didn't go any further. Anyways, it took me like 4 attempts to cross the water. I kept screaming about the mud monster. And here's the thing, like the last time I went in a cave with Lily, I was very calm and not this, but I think I was just caught off guard by like my comfort zone. Like I'm not used to being uncomfortable out of my parents' house. Like that's my space. That's mine. And I don't like muddy water that I can't see. I don't like mud. And all of it was terrifying. But it was really, really cool. I mean, I was really excited, and props to Aaliyah too. I mean, she really is just a voice of calm and really great in guiding you through things. She's
the sacred midwife of caving.
She really is. And Allie came in, and I was, as a parent, just terrified watching that. But I know it's safe, and Aaliyah wouldn't put us in a position that is unsafe. Well, I think that was part of the other thing too. I trust Aaliyah with my life, quite literally. And I was like, is it safe? What do we think? And she's like, yeah.
You don't even trust me to drive us across town with your life.
I know, but I trust Aaliyah full-heartedly, like 100%. But I think because it's not like an official
off-putting that you and Aaliyah have a closer relationship than we do.
I wouldn't say it's a closer relationship.
Do I need to be...
Her genitals haven't been in my mouth.
Baby, listen... This is the
up.
Ultra Crude podcast.
You set yourself up.
Because Becca has no filter. I apologize for the young ears that are listening, or either of our parents.
There's that.
We should think about editing these shows.
We should not.
I gotta be honest. Here's what I love about the whole thing. Because I saw the videos, and I saw how filled with trepidation and anxiousness and fear you were. And I think a lot of people have been given this impression of you. I don't know. I don't know about people. But one could presume that you ain't afraid of a darn thing. And I would say that is absolutely not true. Because I've seen you very afraid on multiple occasions doing just, a lot of different things. But what I will say is you have the ability to not let fear get in the way of something you want to do. And I think that is a uniqueness and a desirable attribute to have for a lot of people. And a lot of people, I've seen this work in ropes courses with Higher Ground is people make a decision that they want to do something. And then the stakes get upped a little bit by height or unsteadiness or whatever it is. And then they begin to question whether they want to do that or not. And they get in a state of pause, and they let the fear freeze them. And people get frozen in fear all the time, and they're unable to make decisions or move because they think there's still a decision to be made. They don't trust the decisions that they made a minute ago or 30 seconds ago or 10 seconds ago. Mm-hmm. You don't have that survival mechanism. Fear is a healthy thing. There are definitely occasions you should be afraid and you should act accordingly. You, for whatever reason, have a non-responsive fear mechanism. It fills you with fear. It overcomes your body. You shake. You say, okay.
I was shaking so
I don't know
bad.
that I've ever heard you
shaking
say,
so bad.
thanks, friend, before in your life. That's never come out of your mouth. Like, that's
Meant it
not one of
wholeheartedly.
your phrases. Thanks, friend is not something you say in day-to-day
As
living.
my hand was like,
Yeah, shaking like a leaf.
I was sick.
But you were moving. And in situations where so many people would not even deign to enter because of the unknown, or would enter and become afraid and go, I got to back out. I can't do this. Whatever the situation is, you...
To be fair, I did back up 3 times, and then I said over there, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this.
Okay. You got to hype yourself up.
Yeah.
But you went for it.
I did.
And your life is better now. We're all better now.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. It's so silly because it's like one of those situations where I definitely faced a lot of fears and had a shit ton of anxiety come up. But I was frustrated after the fact, like looking back, like, yes, I crawled in, whatever. But I do want to go through, there's like a little area that's kind of a squeeze and goes to the other side, and you got to kind of back out. Like, I want to do that. And there's more. Aaliyah and I were making jokes about I need to do entry repeats so I can like crawl in and like get comfortable. She's like, yeah, some people have to do hill repeats.
Put the reps in.
Yeah, you need to do entry repeats.
Listen, if you want to get better at it, you got to put in the work.
Yeah, and that was really what I thought about. I was like, but why did I freak out so bad, and why did I get so scared again? I think I was caught off guard by being in my safe space, and I really forgot a lot of the things that I know to be true about when you go into a situation that makes you panicky or makes you scared, and focus on your breathing, repeat a mantra that helps. Like, I remember sitting on the other side after we were crawling and like breathing for a couple minutes. Like, okay, it's fine. Like, you're okay. But I should have told myself that before. I mean, we laughed. It was comical. I was like a cat over a bathtub of water. Like, it was hilarious. So I was actually really grateful for that. But Allie made me look like a little bitch. Like, she just went right across. Like, she went on and she's like posing in the cave.
Rowdy with it.
Yeah. I'm
too young to know better.
Lee was like, oh, she's coming. Yeah, she's coming. And she watched me, I think, freeze a few times in that mud water and then watched the shit show. Oh, yeah.
But also, I think you went in first.
I did.
And that, you paved the way or set the example. Showed it could be done.
Yeah. Even though it made me like crazy uncomfortable, I did it.
That's the thing, is that so many times in life, you're going to come across situations that are going to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Very, very rarely, by the way, is it going to be a cave that makes you uncomfortable. It's going to be another, not for you, but for the majority of people in day-to-day life, it's going to be something else that makes you uncomfortable. It's going to be something else that causes you fear.
Yeah.
It could be the starting line of an ultra. It could be an uncomfortable conversation with somebody you know.
A new job.
It could be a new job. Like, you could be flying. These things come at you innumerable times throughout your life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think if I had these situations happen to me. Of course I have.
Well, yeah, I think for some people, they reach a certain mile in an ultra or something, and it becomes like unknown, and there's a big panic attack.
Yeah, you start freaking out because you don't know what to do.
Yeah. Yeah, you find yourself in a difficult...
Well, and I think, too, you expect it to be different when you get into that mileage that's unknown. You expect something different to come over you. You expect to feel something new. And I think if you're expecting to feel something new and you're expecting to be in unknown territory because you've never ran that amount of miles before, you can hype yourself into that situation. But the environment didn't change. You're still just running.
Mm-hmm.
Like, go back to the basics, do what you know how to do, and it'll all be all right.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, even if it's scary, you just forward motion. That's it. Just keep moving forward, regardless of how it feels. And if you need to take a step back, breathe, it's fine, but get back to it. Anyways, very excited about this cave.
Becca is very excited about the cave.
I am. I'm excited.
I'm excited
to find out what's below the false floor.
This is probably the happiest she's
thing.
been in 7 years.
It's cool.
It's not cool. All right, we got a couple questions. People have hit us up with some questions this week.
Okay.
So I got a couple here. Is anaerobic work helpful for ultras? If so, yeah. Is anaerobic work helpful for ultras? This is the question. As an ultra running coach and an ultra runner, is anaerobic work, is that high heart rate, that threshold, is that helpful for an ultra? All training in ultras.
Yes, it does help to build your running economy. Now, will that workout specifically translate to a 100-mile run you're going to do? For most people, likely not.
Yeah.
But it is going to boost your running economy and how your engine functions. So, yes. Now, whatever kind of anaerobic work you do, you need to be careful with. I see a lot of people get injured doing track work. Not that I'm anti-track work, I'm all for it, but you have to mind your form. You've got to like really warm up and do stuff like that. Usually for those workouts, we have it as a fartlek or a progression run or a slow.
Strides.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're adamant low heart rate training advocates, I would say. So there's the commonality is that we're going to say, hey, most of the training is going to take place at a lower heart rate to fuel your endurance zone. That's not to say that everything needs to be there or should be there. I think what you run into, what I see people doing track workouts, is they just start sprinting on the track. Yeah, I mean, it's track workout, starts at 7, they get there at 6:58, put their shoes on, and bam, they're running 4x repeats 2 minutes later. If you're going to start out that high intensity, you need to warm up so your muscles are ready to go and firing.
Yeah, and if you're an ultra runner running distance, that's something we don't typically do. Before a long run, you don't usually see people warming up.
Now, occasionally, listen, you're going to see some people warming up at the start of an ultra.
Yeah.
You're going to see them. Then everybody's going to go, what are they doing?
And then they set a course record. And you go, oh, I got it. Yeah.
So it says, oh, shoot, we were at Tunnel Hill, and that girl was warming up.
Mm-hmm.
I think she did a 2-mile warm-up run before the 50, and she lit it on fire.
Oh, yeah, she fucking smashed it.
Yeah. So there is cause to warm up. Listen, I don't know. I usually, listen, as a back of the pack runner, I'm going to go ahead and take that first 2-3 miles to warm up for what I got going on. I got time. But if you're going to come out of the gate hot, warm up before you do it.
Yeah. I think a lot of people aren't in the habit of it. So when they get out there on it, and they think that like 10 minutes of maybe some exercises that they did is enough, and it's just not.
No, and to that point, we, as you mentioned, the high heart rate, the anaerobic stuff we prescribe or we schedule is going to be attached usually to something else. That's including movement, a tempo run, or fartleks, strides at the end of a run.
Yeah, and we have another workout we do where you're kind of at tempo, then recovery, tempo, then recovery. Short hill repeats or
short hill repeats. You should be pushing a lot of this stuff. Your heart rate is going to spike at some point in an ultra, unless you're running something that's super flat. Like you should have that ability to go ahead and steady climb, understand that your heart rate's going to recover, you're going to come back down. That's a long pause.
Well, you were talking.
No, I was done talking. I was looking at you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there's definitely value there. If you've got those up-tempo workouts, you should be hitting.
Yeah, and also we have a lot of runners who cross-train and do CrossFit stuff. So you're still getting a lot of that higher heart rate zone and doing stuff like that. If you do hit workouts and you do CrossFit and you're hitting that, it's not that you still shouldn't do some anaerobic training. You should, but you're getting a lot more of that in. And so that focus is probably going to be more on endurance when you actually do get to run. And we've talked about this before. It's about the amount of hours that you get to train in a week. So if you are spending 2 hours doing HIIT stuff and higher intensity, or an hour, then yeah, definitely the rest of your focus is probably going to be more on endurance.
Yeah, low heart rate. Yeah. So don't be afraid to get into that zone. It's not going to counteract what you're doing with your heart rate training.
Yeah, but if it's a low heart rate run, stay on low heart rate.
Stay there. Like, you got to do the workouts as they're prescribed to do them, because there's benefit for all of it.
Well, and a lot of people, I think, fall into the trap of, well, I'm just going to do half of this run like this and half the run like, nope, that's not how the body works.
Yeah, we don't do that. Yeah,
so
that's not how
it should be one or the other. Figure out which one you're doing that day. And part of the anaerobic is you push, you recover, you push, you recover. Not, oh yeah, I'm going to do an hour of this and then I'm going to run slow for 2 hours. That's not, you're not doubling the benefit.
There we go. All right, we've got another question here. Pardon. We've talked about tipping on the show before, and the tipping culture that exists.
Yeah, this is non-running, really.
We talk about ultra running. We talk about life. It's a little bit of nonsense. This is life and nonsense. We're moving on to the nonsense portion of the show, life portion of the show.
Okay.
I've made the claim that if I'm standing up to order, I'm not going to tip. Like, it's just, if I'm standing up and I got to get my own food, like, you're not going to tip for me. And I don't remember where I was. I ordered something online one time about a year and a half ago, and there was a tip option at checkout for an online order, for a purchase, not for food, not for a consumable, but for merchandise. I was placing a merchandise order online, and there was a tip box, and I was internally outraged because that's going entirely too far.
That's fair. That's an option that can be back of the house programmed in or offered. And I will say it may not be optional to make it on just merchandise. They may have it on food or other.
No. This wasn't a restaurant.
Oh.
No, this wasn't a restaurant.
Mm.
This was like this is a website that sold things.
Yeah, I got no defense for that.
And I'm like, this is your job. Your job is to take the order, package it, and mail it to me. Why am I tipping you? That's what you were hired to do.
Yep.
And that's going a little bit too far for me. So, listen, I've drawn a line. If I'm standing up, I'm not tipping.
Well, if I have to stand up to order and I have to walk back up to get it.
Then I gotta put the sandwich together myself. Now, I will say I'm not batting 1,000 at this. We got a burger at the new burger place here in town 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he got me. I wasn't sure how it worked. He got me. I left the tip. We ordered lunch. I tipped right there. I felt shame afterwards. Now, they did bring the food out to us, so I felt better about that.
Yeah.
But I think we ended up busting our own table.
Yeah, you have to still throw. So you have to get your own drinks, refill your own drinks.
It's just a no for me.
And then you also have to throw away your own shit.
That's what the tip is for the service.
Yes. To ensure prompt service.
To ensure prompt service. So you're telling me TIP is an acronym?
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's why we got our food out hot and fresh. Maybe they just would have let it linger down there underneath the red lamps.
That's possible. Sometimes people do.
Because we didn't tip them. It's like my frustrations with the bagel place, which thankfully we're on carnivores now, or super low carbs, and so I'm not getting bagels. So I have to deal with that weekly frustration. But this is where the question comes in. You said you don't stand. If you stand up to order, you're not leaving a tip. What about a food truck?
It's a good question.
Now, I'll go ahead and say this. I'm not living a food truck lifestyle. That's not a situation I'm coming across on the regular. I don't remember the last time I ate at a food truck or ordered at a food truck. Like, that's not part of my daily living. So I don't know that I'm the expert here to weigh in. I'll go back to the stated claim, kind of the ground rules. You're standing up. Nobody's bringing you the food at the food truck. They're handing it out the window. So what is the service that they're providing? Because the making of the food is the whole point. They're not waiting on you.
I'm going to say this. I've helped out like at food trucks.
You've done some food trucking.
And I don't believe you should tip. Now, is it nice?
There you go.
Is it nice? Sure. If that person is overly, or is extra friendly or does those things and you would like to do it as a courtesy, sure. But no, you stood up to order. You yelled my name out a window. You charged me $16 for a barbecue
That's
sandwich.
the other thing. That's the other thing.
It
is that the food trucks have gotten out of hand with their prices.
They're just as expensive as going and sitting down in full service.
For what? To feel like a hipster? Eating out of a truck in a park?
Food cost is what food cost is. And I understand. And
they don't have a brick and mortar. They don't have the overhead.
And that right there is where they get me. Now, for a lot of those places, you do have to pay a fee to show up. But a lot of them will let you just come for free. Or you pay $50 or $150.
Well, take that up with the city council. Don't pass it on to the consumer.
Well, and that's part of it. There's a lot.
And then you want my tip. And I'll tell you what, if that burger and fries is $10, if that barbecue sandwich is $6, your odds of getting a tip out of me are exponentially greater.
Yeah, you still get the $10.
Like,
but if you charge me $10, I'm probably not going to give you $2 more.
Do you want it to go to the city council, or do you want to come back to go to you?
Yeah.
I will say, I think most of the time, probably not most of the time anymore. Back in the day, the food truck guy was the owner operator.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind throwing you a bone.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You're out here. You're doing wonderful things. You got solid catfish and spicy shrimp. I'm going to give you a couple extra bucks.
Yeah.
There's a relationship going on here.
Yeah, we did a lot of food trucking there for a little bit.
I was in a lot of food trucking. We were running at a spot once a week that had a food truck.
Yeah, a couple of them. And we liked those guys. They were owner operators.
They were pretty cool. You know, it took seemingly like 2 hours for some reason to get hot chicken. It was the best hot chicken I've ever had. I'm going to throw that out there. I think it was Hertz hot chicken. They had a hot chicken like pita wrap thing.
So
it was so amazing. It was delicious. I don't know what happened to him. He's probably still working on somebody's order because genuinely 2 hours.
This is no bullshit, guys. I need you to hear this. Like, we would all place our orders before we started our run. We would run 6 miles, come back, and still have to fucking wait.
Wait, there's no line.
No. Chef RJ was good, though, with Catfish Truck. Chef RJ was on that shit. He slung that stuff out.
Hush puppies. Yeah. French fries.
They were good.
It was pretty good.
But, the hot chicken, it's like, we literally went and ran 6 fucking miles.
That was Chef RJ's tip. It's like, hey, you want a beer?
Yep. We'd come out real quick. Hey, I made this. Y'all want to try this? Sure. Absolutely. But yeah, I think there's a lot of mixed things on the food truck stuff. But it's gotten so crazy. And it's like, I'm sitting out here in the elements or standing around waiting to go sit at a sticky picnic table that I scouted out, or we go sit under a tree with the ants. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not paying $18 to eat out of a truck. I'm just not going to do it.
That's not for me.
And I'm again, there's a lot of restaurant that still runs through these veins, and I really want to help the working man.
Yeah, in the park here on think Thursday evenings has a little food truck thing going on because they got a little farmers market over there.
Mm-hmm.
Every now and then I'm like, let's go to a food truck, but it's going to be $25 for one of us.
Yeah,
like we just go out to eat at that point.
That's kind of how
when people they bring you food
and they refill your drinks.
They refill your drinks.
Yeah.
Like, can you get refills at a food truck? No. It's $2 for a can of Coke. Come on, people. Now, if you're living a food truck life, no shame. Do what you do. There are places and communities where food trucks are just all the rage, and it's a hip happening vibe. Do your thing. I'll say, develop some principles, commit to your standards, and don't waver.
Yeah. I will say I carry cash just in case, usually in my purse.
No. And I've done away with cash.
Speaking of the spot up there, when they do the food truck stuff, the lady was super nice because I did not tip on the slice of pizza and the $2 can of Coke that I got standing there. But she was super nice. I was like, man, this was a great experience. And I went up there and threw some cash.
Okay.
Because they got me. Like, she was nice. It was a great interaction.
They delivered a great experience.
Yes, it wasn't some guy who's like, a barbecue sandwich for Becca. Oh.
You tipped after the service had concluded.
Yes.
You weighed all the options.
You
decided whether you'd gotten a pleasurable experience or not.
Yeah.
And then made the decision to apply gratuity.
Yes.
That's the way it should be. You can't expect me to tip while ordering. And here is the problem with the standing up tipping. Is you're tipping while you ordered. You've received nothing yet.
Yep. You don't know if this is going to piss you off or not.
Yeah, you don't know if it's good. You don't know if it's cooked right. You don't know if it's coming out timely. Like, what are you tipping for that?
Then you're standing in 90 degrees while they fix your order.
Yeah, so, I would say if you're frequenting food trucks and you're dealing with this tipping dilemma and don't know what to do, take Becca's approach and wait until after. Listen, I swear to God, if you roll up there after you've eaten and said, hey, I'd like to leave a tip on my card, they're not going to tell you no.
They'll find a way. They'll give you like a 1 cent upcharge or something.
They'll figure it. Or they'll just be really excited that you liked their food enough to come back and give them a tip. And they'll probably be like, hey, listen, we just really, we appreciate it.
They might have a coupon card.
They may have a coupon. They'll count on you next time. They'll remember your face.
Yep.
They'll be friendly with you. And you hit them on the next go round.
Yeah.
We're just out here solving the world's problems. One situation at a time. I'm going to tell you, I can't believe, I have not told you this. So we ran this morning on the route over here. Mm-hmm. And like last week I was running there on Saturday. And you know where they're doing all the work there? We come out of the neighborhood and we run on the road. Mm-hmm. And they've got the machineries and they're digging the ditches and whatever. This guy honks at me from it had to be a quarter mile away. So far back that I did not know he was honking at me. And then he got up beside me and pulls kind of into my lane, like close. And listen, it looked like AJW. Like, I swear.
Might have been.
Like for a minute. I'm like, he goes, hey, what are you doing over here? I'm stunned at this point. This man is talking to me. Stunned. He goes, what are they doing here? They're doing sewer work? Like now I'm with the Buildings and Codes Department. Now do I look like a contractor? He's like, it doesn't look like sewer work to me. They're doing something though. They got these big machines.
Wow, Louie.
Again, like he's not stopping enough for me to answer questions. Hey, what are they doing with this house right here? They get that permit for it? Looks like they started that house, and then they're going to put a real house there? You mean the house that's been in the same state of building for the past 7 years? Like, this is what you think I'm an expert on, guy? Because maybe finally they'll put a real house there. Jeez. They start these permits. They don't ever get the proper permits to do these things. What are you from California? You look like one of those guys from California. You from around here?
He did. Frank did not say that.
I swear to God. He hits me with a, what are you from California? You from here? You look like one of those guys from California.
You fucking do not look like you're from California.
That would just, like, I want to begin, I feel attacked.
Where was your face? Your face was not on the case.
I felt attacked, and I wanted to have a physical altercation with this man right there in the middle of the street. Like, first of all, you can say a lot of things. That's not one of them. Because I don't know if it's because I was running, and he just assumes the only people that do fitness are from California. A lot of Californians moving in here. Anyway.
Maybe he was just fucking with you.
I listen.
You know what? Maybe he's like, you know what? I'm going to fuck with this guy.
Eventually, he drove off, and the entire back of his car was just plastered full of bumper stickers. And they didn't seem to have it. Like most people, they're going to have a political bumper sticker. And he might have had one, but it wasn't an obvious vote for this person.
Most people have a bumper sticker theme.
Yeah, no, he didn't have it. He didn't have the coexist.
He didn't. No,
it was every
pets, off-road.
Every sticker he could find, he slapped on the back of this Honda. Anyway, it was.
Was it a Honda Accord?
No, I don't even think it was one of those. Huh. Anyway.
Yeah, you didn't know that.
Yeah, I was accosted. You from California? You look like one of those guys from California. And I got to be honest, you look like one of those guys from California. Might be one of the most irritable things.
Well, why don't you tell the people what we got going on this week?
Oh, no, we're going to tell them next week.
Are we?
Yeah, we're going to tell them next week. Listen, do you have any phrases that irritate you?
You know the phrase, it really grinds my gears.
Ooh, what is it about it? What is it about grinds my gears that grinds your gears? I can be honest, I don't really know.
It might have been that Family Guy episode, and I love Family Guy. Where Peter did the grind my gears.
I think it's hilarious.
And that's all I think about. And you say, you know what grinds my gears, Jones? I'm like,
no, I don't.
You have.
Do I say that?
Yeah, because then I saw Peter Griffin's face on yours, and I went, oh my God, you're super punchable right now. In my head, but I didn't say that out loud. That's the first time I'm sharing that with you. And
a lot of truth coming out in this episode.
Yeah, my skin would just crawl. I fucking hate everything you're saying to me right now.
I don't know that I've ever said it.
You have. Yep, you went on a spell there. It's probably about a year and a half ago.
Did I think I was?
You were like, oh, hey, I gotta tell you what grinds my gears. I'm like, I gotta tell you to stop using that fucking phrase because I'm gonna kill you.
I think I was being facetious in the moment.
We took it too far.
I was doing a little bit with
committed.
it. Yeah.
And then it became part of your life.
That can happen. Maybe we'll do a little grinds my gears episode. You know what really grinds my gears? Bluetooth speakers and trail running.
Anyways, what's the phrase that upsets you and your
I'm not a big fan of you mess with the bull, you get the horns.
Is it because you don't have horns?
No, nobody has horns. I just don't. I think it's dumb to say. Mess with the bull, you get the horns. What are you a bull now? Am I a rodeo clown?
You're a fucking clown. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. Listen.
Kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
That's been enough, I think, for this episode of the Ultra Quick Podcast. We're just really coming up on it. Okay. Anyway, you know what? Actually, what I think, it's the thought that counts, because I think people misuse it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I probably misuse it. I'm probably one of those people.
I think the phrase "it's the thought that counts" is when your aunt buys you a sweater that's just not your color, but they thought enough of you to get you a gift they hoped you would enjoy.
Yeah, Mildred got you a shitty sweater, but she thought of you.
Yes, that's what counts. But people have begun using it when all they do is the thinking of you portion. I mean, that's the thought that counts. No, it doesn't. Like, the thought in a vacuum isn't doing anybody any good. If you thought about calling someone or sending a message to somebody that needs a message sent or a phone call made, that's not the thought that counts. Like, you've done nothing for that person, especially if you have the audacity to bring it up.
Oh, I thought about you and I really wanted to. Yeah.
Well, that's shit, man.
Well, thanks for thinking of me. Appreciate the lack of action.
You know what I mean? And I go through this, and I have a good friend from, good gracious, like high school, that is going through it, and I kind of wavered back and forth. We were good friends in high school for about a year, and he's going through a really hard phase of life right now, and I wondered what the right thing to do was, because we've not talked. We've not really kept in communication. Friends on Facebook, but everybody, that's a different type of friendship. You're friends on Facebook. Doesn't mean anything. And I didn't know if it was my place to say anything. But the worst thing I think you can do in that situation is to do nothing.
Yeah. Because
the thought isn't counting there. Now, you send the message, you say what you have to say, you try to be encouraging, make it about them, not you.
Yeah.
Then you can apply this. You can say, "Hey, it's the thought. I've sent the message because this is how I feel. I want you to know whatever. Like, I recognize this is what you're going through. I understand there's probably nothing I can do to help, but I see you. I'm sorry." And then that just lands however it lands. Whether it wasn't the right word or the wrong word or whatever it was, or they don't message you back, that's when you can fold in the thought that counts. Because You put action behind it.
Mm-hmm.
You did something instead of nothing.
Big believer in action.
Like if you're trapped in this world of it's the thought that counts and that's all you got to freaking do, well, it's not. The thoughts that count about running isn't enough. I've thought about running 100. Oh, okay. Well, that's what counts. No, it doesn't. You don't get a buckle for thinking about it. Yeah. I thought about dusting up my resume and applying for a new job. Oh, okay. Good
Did
job.
you do it?
No, you didn't freaking do it. You're still stuck.
I think that's one of those things where you have to make a decision. You have to make a decision and go for it. If you want to do something for someone, do it.
Or do something for yourself.
Yeah, same.
Like, you've got to do it. You can't sit there and just think about it and think about what the right thing to do is. And sometimes that you have to act without a perfect plan. Aunt Mildred wanted to get you a sweater because it's cold at Christmas time. She acted. She didn't find the perfect sweater. She didn't call up your mom and your sisters and ask you what color did you like, ponies or rabbits on your sweater. She just moved forward with, I know Becca needs a sweater for Christmas because it's cold.
Yeah.
I'm going to get her one. It's the thought that counts. Because she put action to it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Your run doesn't have to be perfect, by the way. It's 5,000 degrees in Tennessee.
Oh, fucking fuck.
Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. But sitting inside in the AC going, I was thinking about running 5 miles today, isn't going to get you anywhere. Go outside, run a little bit, understand that your heart rate's going to shoot through the roof, and hey, it's the thought that counts, man. You got out there and ran.
Yeah, they feel like shit.
Might feel like shit. But there's action there. It's not perfect action. Nobody's looking for perfect action. But I think if more people stepped into this, taking what's pressed upon them in their heart or on their mind, I should do this thing or I want to do this thing, but I don't know how to get it perfect, and just act a little bit in that direction, we'd all be a lot better off. Mm-hmm. Friendships would be better. Relationships would be better. People had better jobs. Workplaces would be better. Fitness would go up.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the thought with the action that really counts.
Yeah.
Not the thought alone. You got to do something. You got to buy the ugly sweater. Unless you know it's ugly when you're buying it. If you know that sweater is ugly and they're going to hate that sweater, then the thought is they're going to hate this. And that's a mean thought.
That is. That's not
and
good.
That's not good. That counts backwards.
I agree with that. Yeah, I think that's a really interesting thought today.
Anyway, that's all we got.
I'm excited to share next week.
Next week, we got big things coming up. It's been a long time and a weekend in the making to get us kicked off. So hopefully we got something fun and exciting to bring you next Monday on the Ultra Crude Podcast with your host, Lil Becca B and Jon Rupp.
Thanks.
See y'all.